Hi all, today we're looking at a new gameplay demo for the Mega Drive called Space Hunter. Definitely not Metroid. This is being developed by Mega Drive ROM Test and Daniel Mora, one of the devs behind the Darkstalkers demo I showed in my upcoming Mega Drive arcade ports video last January. This was originally a project called Metroid Mega Mission, which you can see here. The name was changed to Space Hunter, presumably to avoid legal issues with Nintendo. The original iteration of the game looked a lot like Metroid, and to be honest the current version does too. The latest version is now available to download as a playable demo, and here it is running on my Mega EverDrive Pro. The protagonist in Space Hunter resembles Samus without a helmet. The controls are A to fire and C to jump. You can fire in 8 directions. Downed enemies sometimes drop energy crystals which fill the meter at the top left of the screen with a maximum of 12 slots. This doesn't seem to do anything in the demo. Below that is the protagonist's health. Then there are 4 weapon icons which can be cycled through using X and Z on the controller. Y doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. These weapons seem to all be the same shot type at present, so I'm guessing they haven't programmed any of that yet. In the demo, the only ability available to you is the Morphing Ball ability, which allows the player character to turn into a ball. Activate this by double tapping down on the D-pad. This allows the player to reach previously inaccessible areas through tight spaces, and bombs can be dropped while in this form. In the final game, this ability will be a collected upgrade rather than something equipped from the start. And one would imagine that there will be several other upgrades and abilities, giving the game the Metroid style gameplay elements by opening up access to previously inaccessible areas. The level is very bare bones at this stage, it's really just a level structure at the moment. The only enemies present are these floor based creatures, but there are several areas that are clearly missing enemies. There are also areas which seem to have been designed to accommodate bosses or mini bosses for future use, and these rooms which will house items or act as save points. So the demo is really just exploring the layout and shooting the odd creature or floor tile. The demo plays just fine for the most part, but it did freeze on me several times. My lawyer has asked me to remind you that this is absolutely not Metroid. Some of the other areas are unfinished and missing other non-enemy elements, like this area which the devs have said is missing vanishing platforms, and the stuff resembling lava here doesn't currently do any damage to the player character. But the layout is there. They've clearly been working on getting the framework of the game in place, with some character polish to come with regards to the controls and movement animations and speed. Also needs a lot more enemy variety of course, although I understand this demo is almost devoid of enemies. As this is nothing to do with Metroid, they've changed the music from the original demo. It's now a 16-bit version of the theme from Zillion on the Master System, and it's pretty decent actually. At first I thought the demo didn't have any sound effects, but they are there. It's just that the music is so much louder than most of them and there's no way to adjust the balance. Some of them are loud enough, like when the protagonist takes damage or a crystal is collected, but the sounds like the shots being fired are really faint. This track does get repetitive after a while, but it would make a good theme tune for the game. Does it fit the gameplay? Probably not. Something more sinister and atmospheric would be good. This is a bit upbeat, but it may well just be a placeholder at this point. The main menu has a different track which is more in line with that vibe. The devs are planning to launch a Kickstarter to bring Space Hunter to the Mega Drive later this year. This is probably the reason for the name change. They'd have their Kickstarter shut down immediately if they used the Metroid name. But is it enough to just change the name? I don't know. It's possible that in its current state it's still too similar to avoid copyright infringement. But hey, I'd actually prefer an original Metroidvania style game inspired by Metroid than a port of Metroid anyway. So if they end up having to do a design overhaul, then that's fine with me. so I guess we'll see what happens. Links to the devs' channels and the download link for the ROM are in the description. Thanks for watching. Again, not Metroid.